Welcome back. It's TSGLIVE. I would like to wish everyone a happy new year, happy 2026. I hope your holidays were great. Today is January the 3rd, Saturday. We have an 8-game slate. First thing I would like to say is I would like to get this video to 5 likes. I would like to be more consistent and make sure that I post a video, if not every day that we have a lengthy slate of NBA games. I do appreciate everyone that has watched so far, and I just would like to continue to produce this content, and I would like to get more people tuned in. So a like would be greatly appreciated. A sub would greatly be appreciated. A comment of any sort, whether negative or positive, would be greatly appreciated. Now that I done got all that out the way, it's 2026. Let's get into these player props. The first game that I will be taking props from is the Timberwolves versus the Miami Heat. Very light slate today. I like Kel'el Ware possibly for 3 threes, if not 15 points and possibly 10 rebounds. He's just been a major part of the Miami Heat's offense this season. The further we get into the season, the more he tends to have a role. Recently, he was going crazy from three-point land. He cooled off for a couple of games. And I believe 2 nights ago, he did score 3 threes. Outside of that, I don't necessarily like too many things from that slate. You could take Jaime for 6 assists, 6 rebounds. I think that's a very risky play. I think 4 assists, 4 rebounds is a lot better. But I do like Kel'el Ware to just offensively be involved in the game. So whether you take 15 points, no rebounds, or take 3 threes, I like his props for tonight. There isn't anybody really that can guard him on the perimeter, in my opinion, on the Timberwolves team. And that's just that game. The next game we have is the 76ers versus the New York Knicks. In this game, I think that this will be a very interesting game, being as though that this could possibly be a playoff matchup. Joel Embiid is a game-time decision. Josh Hart is still out with that ankle injury. And Cat is a game-time decision. I am going to stay very neutral on this game. I am going to take OG Anunoby for 8 rebounds. The Knicks are at home, and the Sixers very much so are not the best rebounding team, whether Joel plays or not. I like Jalen Brunson for possibly 30 points and maybe 6 assists. I like Jalen Brunson for maybe 3. His 3 ladder I think is very good for this game. Mikal Bridges 3 ladder. The Sixers have not been guarding the perimeter 3 ball at all this season. Since the beginning of the season, I always fade them against teams that shoot the 3 ball well. And I do think that the Knicks will take this win. The spread is -3.5. The Knicks very well may win this game by 6 points. Our next game is the Atlanta Hawks and the Raptors. I am going to stay true to what we do here. Jalen Johnson, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. And that's just that. Brandon Ingram, possibly for 2 to 3 threes. Brandon Ingram possibly for 15 to 20 points. Scotty Barnes has been playing insane. I haven't got to watch that many Raptors games, but I have been seeing his stats, and there's triple doubles, the quick couple triple doubles he had got. I do like Scotty Barnes to continue probably playing upward, but I like Brandon Ingram for 15 points. I haven't really taken Scotty props this year like that. It's been very up and down for me, so I like that he is playing better. We'll see if he can become more consistent with that, and then maybe we can lean on some Scotty Barnes props. Emmanuel Quickley has been shooting them all okay this season, possibly for him to get 3 threes, maybe some assists as well. But I'm Jalen Johnson. I'm riding Jalen Johnson boat. That's what we're doing. The Hornets and the Bulls, man, oh man. The Bulls are looking really different without Josh Giddey. They are looking very different without Josh Giddey. I like Montes for 15 to 20 points. I feel as though if the Bulls are going to play competitive basketball, he has to lead offensively and be aggressive. He started the season off very aggressive, and then once Josh Giddey, I feel like, got into season flow, Montes started to be more of a role player and kind of, pick and choose where he wanted to be effective. But I think in this case with Josh Giddey out, they just need that firepower, and they need him to play aggressive. So I like Montes for 20 points. I also do like Trey Jones for possibly 5 to 6 assists. I think that that's a given as well. Kevin Huerter had 4 threes in the last game. They need the offensive firepower. So I think taking the Bulls for some of their props, because they're going to be chucking up shots just to try to stay in these games, I think is very smart to take. The Hornets, LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Khan, Brandon Miller. Take your pick. I like LaMelo Ball. Normal thing I always do with LaMelo Ball. Maybe 3 threes, maybe even 4 threes, maybe 6 to 8 assists. Sometimes he gets rebounds, sometimes he doesn't. Brandon Miller's good for 3 threes. Brandon Miller is good for 15 points. Same thing with Miles Bridges, rebounds, 6 rebounds, possibly 6 assists probably is going to be plus maybe 2 something for Miles Bridges. I don't really like it, but depending on how these games go, an injury, less minutes for somebody else, he can easily get those. So I just like, again, I like the Hornets offensively as well. The total points is 238 in this game. I do think that we go over. The Bulls are -1.5, and I think that the Charlotte Hornets will beat the Bulls. The Bulls are struggling, and I don't think that they are going to be able to keep up offensively with the Charlotte Hornets. The next game that I like props from, we have, I'm not going to touch the Trailblazers and Spurs game, even though I do like Stephon Castle for 6 assists. He had 6 assists and 6 rebounds last night. I love that every game. He's just having a great season, getting better. I like Cooper Flag, in the Dallas Mavericks Houston Rockets game. I do like Cooper Flag for 20 points. I do like Cooper Flag for possibly 6 assists, maybe 4. I like the points more than I like the assists because sometimes Ryan Nembhard gets the passing just the other players, Max Christie, the way that team is orchestrated, they don't really have what I would say is a steady offense. So you get different things, different nights. But Cooper Flag getting to the free throw line. If he gets to the free throw line 5 times, he's going to have 20 points. Take Cooper Flag for 20 points. Boom. The Houston Rockets, they're just cruising to the playoffs. To be honest, they're such a talented team, and I know this may sound crazy. They're such a talented team that I've almost started to not bet on them because Sengun could have 28, Amin could have 28, KD could have 28, Reed Shepard could come out and give you 20 and 5 threes. It's just a lot going on. So much so that it's like I tend to stay away from it. So in that game, I do like Cooper Flag. If I had to pick something in that for the Rockets, I would offer Sengun maybe 6 and 6. Let's see if anybody is out in this game. But Alfred Sengun 6 for 6. Maybe Kevin Durant for 2 threes, 15 points. Yeah, they have a full lineup. So it's just, that's really where we're gonna stay. Kevin Durant 20 points, Cooper Flag 20 points, Sengun 6 and 6 rebounds and assists. And we're gonna keep it moving. The next game we have is the Utah Jazz versus the Golden State Warriors. It's funny because in a lot of these games, I don't have a lot of props. I just have things that I specifically like. And Lauri Markkanen is a game time decision, but if Lauri Markkanen plays, I like Lauri for possibly 3 threes. If Keontae George plays, I like him for possibly 3 threes. I like Lauri Markkanen for 25 points. If he doesn't play, I like Keontae for 20 points. The one thing that I do like, period, for the Utah Jazz is I like Isaiah Collier, maybe double-double. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I definitely like him for 8 assists. I think he can get to 8 points depending on who plays and who doesn't. And, he is a big part of the Utah offense, so I think one of these days he is going to cross over that 10 assist margin. He has before, obviously, but I just think against the Warriors he may be able to pull this off. But those are the props that I like. Obviously, just the main guys. Isaiah Collier's assists, Keontae George 3s, points, Lauri Markkanen's 3s and points, depending on, how it goes. This video is already at 8 minutes, so we're going to try to wrap it up. The Boston Celtics versus the Clippers is the last game of the night. I like Derek White for 3 threes. I like Derek White for 20 points. I like Derek White for 4 assists, possibly 6 assists. Personally, my favorite Celtics, maybe ever behind Kevin Garnett, but definitely the best Celtics player on roster today. And I'm going to leave the video off at that. Derek White, 20 points. Derek White, possibly 25 points. Derek White, 3 threes. Derek White, 6 to 4 assists. Again, thank you if you got this far in the video. Please, please, please drop a brother a like. It will do more than you ever can imagine. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. I hope everybody a blessed year. I want to do more in this year. I want to push myself. I want to grow. I hope the same thing for everybody else. I hope the community could build. I hope we can build a community. And I hope we can make some money. Follow some player props. But again, Saturday, January the 3rd, 2026 is TSG Live. Until next time.